So, Tom, arrest me. Let's go. That was the governor of California talking to you.
So let us start with evil, snake, cold-blooded lizard person Gavin Newsom. Here he is trying to be all tough. He wants the president to come and arrest him.
I mean, it's, again, sober and serious moment. Meanwhile, can I just add, and this is why I told the president, just get it over with. Arrest me. Move on. If you need some head to scalp, do it with me, but stop messing with these kids. Stop messing with 4-year-olds, kids in elementary school. We've got kids. We have hundreds of graduations down here. Kids are not going in their own graduations. Families, grandparents, here legally. Mixed status families in some cases. Scared to death to go to a graduation.
Gavin Newsom he's daring Tom Homan to come and arrest him. Should he do it?
I would do it if I were Tom. I think it's great. Gavin likes the publicity, but I think it would be a great thing. He's done a terrible job. Look, I like Gavin Newsom. He's a nice guy, but he's grossly incompetent. Everybody knows. All you have to do is look at the little railroad he's building. It's about 100 times over budget. We're putting a flagpole over there. Under budget. I always do under budget.
What crime has Governor Newsom committed?
A crime has he committed? I think his primary crime is running for governor because he's done such a bad job. What he's done to that state is like what Biden did to this country.
Okay, so first off, on the railroad that he built, $33.5 billion, and how many miles of track did they lay? Basically nothing. So everything he does is utter incompetence and just a disaster. And you know what happened with the cities and the homeless and everything else. Now, as to whether he should be arrested, look, you can see Trump's not saying he should actually be arrested. You can see he has a little smile in his face as he's doing it. But his level of incompetence, I think at the very least you could say, okay, he should be recalled again. He should be impeached. There's got to be some mechanism, even for a one-party communist state like California, that the man at the top who allowed all of this in, who caused over 1 million people to flee during COVID and all the rest of the stuff that we constantly talk about here, that maybe he shouldn't be in charge right now. Again, the violence is not because the National Guard is there. The violence is because this has been simmering forever, and they have everything backwards. People like Gavin Newsom, and we're going to show you a long list of these people, they have everything backwards. They blame the people trying to stop the violence for the violence, as opposed to the people, I don't know, burning things down, looting Apple stores, and a whole bunch more. Here's Tom Homan basically calling out MSNBC for sort of making up this idea that he wanted to arrest Newsom.
He says, quote, he's a tough guy. Why doesn't he do it? He knows where to find me. So, Tom, arrest me. Let's go. That was the governor of California talking to you.
Well, look, I'm not biting on that. The NBC reporter that interviewed me very dishonest. We did a 20-minute interview, and he cuts out a little clip that makes me and takes my words out of context. Here's what we said. And he talked about when I talked about these people that are these protests and rioting. When they cross the line, they got that. Well, here's why I said they have a right to protest. They have the First Amendment rights, but they can't cross that line. They can't cross that line of impediment. They can't cross that line of putting their hands on officers. They can't cross the line of knowing, concealing, and illegal alien, because they're all federal crimes. They're in statute, and they will be prosecuted. When he asked the questions that include Mayor Bass and Governor Newsom, I was clear. They haven't crossed the line, but they're not above the law either. If they commit a crime, they certainly would ask for prosecution. That's what was happening.
Yeah, and that's why Tom Homan should play Tom Homan in the movie about Tom Homan called The Tom Homan Story. Look, I don't want to get lost in the who should be arrested and everything else, but the point is, let's forget arrest. Let's forget legal responsibility as much as negligence and direct dereliction when it comes to protecting and honoring your oath of office. By the way, it's not just Gavin Newsom here. We could go through the laundry list of Democrats who have been in absolute violation of their office, and it's Congress people like AOC and Ilhan and Rashida and the Terrorist Club who have all basically been open supporters for a terrorist group that killed Americans. That's one version of it. Ilhan also married her brother. That's against the Constitution of the United States. You could also say it's all the Democrat mayors who allowed for sanctuary cities and the governors that did the exact same thing. So what we're now getting in some sense. In some sense, this was obvious, right? Like, are you watching any of the videos that we're showing you now or any of the stuff that you're seeing on your phone and going, boy, this is an awful surprise that this is happening in LA. I can't believe that they're throwing boulders off of bridges and hitting cop cars. And I can't believe they're looting the Apple store and burning things down. Of course, you're not surprised. You might be shocked at the severity of it or something like that, but no one's surprised by any of this. This is what the progressive movement did. And that's why I always say it's like the alien from the Alien movies. You've got to respect its evil. You don't have to like what it's doing, but it's doing it. And unless enough of us, and thank God, I think this time we may have an administration and enough serious people like Tom Homan to deal with it, they will burn the entire country down. They will make it completely unlivable to be in a blue city. Guys, I started this show to uncover what's really going on in the world. But now that Trump is officially back in office, we can expect more agenda-driven narratives and outright manipulation from the mainstream media. That's why I've partnered with Ground News. Unlike other platforms, Ground News doesn't publish stories or push narratives. Instead, it's an independent app and website that aggregates every source on a story so you can compare coverage and see through the media spin. It's easy to use. Swipe through the coverage tag to show whether it's driven by liberal corporations or independent conservative voices. My favorite feature is their blind spot feed, which highlights important stories the left and right aren't covering. It's a game changer for building trust and transparency in the media. I use Ground News to ensure that I'm providing my viewers with reliable, unbiased information, and now you can too. For a limited time, get their unlimited access Vantage plan for nearly 40% off. Just go to ground.news/Rubin or scan the QR code to subscribe. Supporting Ground News doesn't just give you the tools to think freely, it also supports independent voices like mine. Ground.news/Rubin. Get 40% off today.